Hello everyone, my name is Smithy and welcome back to another guide. So today we're going to be going through essentially the best way to get 99 crafting, and that is Molten Glass. We're going to be going through what it is, how you use it, what it's for, all of that good stuff. Then through Seaweed and buckets of sand, which we're going to use to be making our Molten Glass. We're then going to be going through some best methods, if I can get my words out. Some kind of tips that I use and things like that, and menu entry swapper things and all that good stuff, just to make your glass making a little bit more efficient. And when it comes to actually making your making your products from the molten glass, how to make that a bit more efficient as well. I'm no efficient gamer myself, but these little tips, these little tricks, I found incredibly useful when doing my 99 crafting grind. So enough of me yapping. Let's actually get into some gaming, shall we? Now, first up, if you are new to crafting, you are a lower level account, do not worry. There will be some stuff in this guide for you. Starting off, we're going to be using buckets of sand, and we're going to be using soda ash if you're starting off. You can buy this from, for example, the... Where are we? The charter people over in Port Sarim. Any charter salesman will sell buckets of sand, soda ash, and also sell normal seaweed as well, but we'll only be worrying about soda ash and buckets of sand. I believe it's a 50-50 split on your inventory for bucket to sand to soda ash ratio. So you're going to need to have, say you want to make 100 molten glass, you're going to need 100 buckets of sand, 100 soda ash. It's been a while since I've done that, but you'll get the idea of once you start making it, and you're going to have to be using a furnace for that. You can go to any furnace in the game, pretty much. Go up to it and just smith or create your glass like you would making bronze bars, iron bars, steel bars, etc. But just having that 50-50 split of your inventory of buckets of sand to soda ash. And then it will give you, half an inventory of molten glass, and also half an inventory of buckets. Now, once you've done a bit of farming, once you've got your farming levels up, and you've got to, where are we, special, 23, we can start making giant seaweed. And that's after you've completed the Bon Voyage, and is it the dig site quest? Well, I think it's dig site, and then Bon Voyage, and then you get access to Fossil Island. So, let me teleport to the start of Fossil Island, and I'll show you where you run from, all of that good stuff, because you want to get to where I currently am. So to get to Fossil Island, you've got a couple of ways you can get here. So you can either run over to the dig site and take the ship to Fossil Island from here. You can use a dig site pendant to teleport to the dig site, but you don't want to be doing that if you've got a dig site pendant. You want to be using the Fossil Island. So if we go to teleport menu on here, I've just got it in my house. It'll be the exact same if you've got the necklace in your inventory. I'm going to go to Fossil Island, and then if you have got the mushroom, magic mushroom tree teleport system set up, you can go to Mushroom Meadow right here, which teleports you to just over here. So if you do take the charter ship and you haven't got the mushroom set up, you want to come off the boat, run Never Eat Shredded Wheat northwest, just up. You want to tag this mushroom tree because then you've got it for life. And then we're going to be running just northeast over to this rowboat over here. So let's go and do that. Let's run on over. And you might get tagged by some of these rock crabs that are around here. Depends if someone's, got them aggroed, or the animite crabs, I should say. You can see they're running around, so not at the moment, but the best thing to do is hover your finger over the 3 key on your keyboard, and when you hit travel, you're going to want to press 3 straight away, which will take you out to sea. And now you'll teleport out, or be transported, I should say, over to this little island that's out in the middle of nowhere, and you've got a bank chest here, which is really, really nice, but you then got this rowboat. We hit dive, and you're going to need to make sure that you've got the diving apparatus. It's not like a must. Like I'll show you what I mean. You can dive down here without it. It will go, oh, you've not got any diving apparatus. And you're like, yep, I'll dive anyway. Cool, mate. And you'll see this oxygen level at the top of the top of your screen. There's these puffer fish that you can kind of not kill, but you catch them and then you breathe in their oxygen. So you just catch it, mate. Come on, stop faffing about. Anyway, you get the idea. You grab it, you go, and you get some oxygen back. But if you've got the diving apparatus on, you don't need to worry about that, because you can breathe underwater. But anyway, you've got 2 seaweed spots or patches here that you can plant giant or seaweed spores in. If you've not got any seaweed spores, they do spawn randomly while you're down underwater, so just keep an eye out. I've got the item, so if I drop them, I've got the if you hold Alt, it'll bring up this plus and minus. Normally they're like that and you don't see anything. If you press the plus, you get a little light beam on them, so they're easier to see. But what you do, you plant one here, you plant one there, and you normally get, I'd say, maybe about 50 to 100 seaweed in inventory, and giant seaweed as well. Giant is completely different to normal seaweed, and I'll show you why that is, or what the difference is. But first things first, let's go and get ourselves some buckets of sand. I'll show you best place to get buckets, and then we'll go over to where we can go and mine. So we're currently over in the in-between between Draenor Village and, I guess, Port Sarim and Falador, but more so Falador and Draenor Village. So to get here, I've used the Explorer's Ring teleport. If you don't have that, you can always teleport from Falador and then just run down. Or you can teleport to Draenor if you've got that, or any way that you can get to this spot, pretty much. There's quite a few teleports around here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into this farm over here, this kind of farmhouse. And we're going to speak to Sarah, who's behind the bar, or behind the desk, I guess. She's involved in the Porcine of Interest quest, if you've done that. But what we want to do is trade Sarah, and she sells seashells on the seashore, I assume. But she also sells empty bucket packs. So we're going to buy a bunch of those because we're going to need to provide our own buckets for making sand. Just for demonstration, I've got 1,500 here that we'll be using. Obviously, hop through worlds, grab as many buckets as you can. But if you're a normal account, just buy them on the GE, I guess. I don't know. I don't use the GE. I'm an Ironman. But yeah, 1,500 buckets. And that will get us, obviously, 1,500 buckets of sand. So now I've got on my Varrock armor, whatever your best Varrock armor is, I recommend. I would also recommend wearing the Prospector outfit as well, because we are going to be going and doing mining, so you can get some extra mining XP. For this guide, I'm not going to bother getting it because it's in my house. I recommend the Celestial Ring as well. But don't charge it. It's a waste of charges, but you do get the passive benefits from having just the ring on, and also your best pickaxe as well. I've got a dragon pickaxe. I've got a Desert Amulet on because with the Desert Amulet 4, it means that we don't take any... we don't have to worry about hydration out in the desert, because that's where we're going to be going to do our mining. You could bring a circlet of water with that charged up with water runes, or you could bring water skins. That's perfectly fine. Just bear in mind that you do lose inventory spaces with water skins, and you could bring the humidify spell with you if you do. Well, you're going to need the you're going to need the lunar spell book for this guide anyway. But you can use humidify to restock up your water skins if you don't have a circlet of water, or you don't have the desert army. But anyway, now we're going to be teleporting to Al-Kharid, and then I'll show you where we go from there. I've got a Amulet of Glory in my house, so I'm just going to use that. But whatever way that you use to get to Al-Kharid, this takes me into the middle of the palace, and then I normally use the, as we'll see, I use the shortcut through the window, if not, just run round. But we're going to be taking the ferry here that takes us to where Tempros is. So let's go board the ferry, and we'll go over to the landing bay where Tempros is. You're not actually going into it, don't worry. You're not going to get thrown into a fishing minigame. This is a good spot because it does have a bank chest here as well. So if you've forgotten anything, quickly grab it. You will need to get yourself a shanty pass, but you can buy that from the geezer who is on the gate. Because I've got the Elite Diary done, I don't need to use that, but you can trade him and buy yourself a pass. You will need coins. The main things you're going to need are a teleport out of there, buckets, money, and if you're using any different alternative water source to my Desert Amulet, you'll need that in your inventory. All this other stuff like the seaweed spores and smoke battle stuff and my Explorer's Ring, don't worry about that. You don't need those. So we're going to run over north to the mine that's just over here, and we're going to see that some rocks start to show. Oh, look, a crushed star has landed as well. Very nice. But you've got this guy over here who is essentially going to be doing all of our sand crushing because we're going to be mining sand essentially. So let's speak to Drew. We want to deposit some buckets. So let's deposit all of the ones that we've got. There we go, drop them off. And now when you click claim sand, I currently don't have anything in here, but when you hit claim sand, you're going to need 50 GP per bucket. So that's why we've got a load of coins on us. So if I come over here, this is my favourite spot to stand. I do have the tile marked, just in case I have a brain fart and forget. But you just essentially just click between these two rocks. It's really good. And you get varying sizes of sandstone as well, from like 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 5 kilogram, and 10 kilogram. Yeah, there you go. So then once you've obviously mined an inventory, we're then going to run over here. We're going to hit deposit grinder. And this is going to throw all of your sandstone in. We can see that that's come out to 25 buckets. And that wasn't 25 slots in our inventory. It's all based on the weightage of the sandstone. Now to claim our sand, we speak to Drew. We can check how much we've got. We've got 25. We've got that many buckets. Claim sand. It comes up. How much do you want to buy? We put in whatever. And we get our sand. So really easy, really simple. That's the best way to get sand that isn't just going and buying it. But like I said, you can go to a charter shop and buy sand from there. Or you've got the various Ardy, like Bert from Ardy, who delivers sand if you've got the Elite Diary done. I don't, so I've had to go and get it all myself. But anyways, let's go back to the chest that we were at the start of the video. And we'll go through the method of actually making molten glass. All right, so we're back over at the island. We've got our bank chest here, which is really important to be by a bank for this. I like to stand here because if my seaweed finishes up, like I'm growing, I can quickly pop down because I've got my diving apparatus on. Quickly pop down, harvest all my my seaweed, replant, come back up, and get back to making molten glass. So what we're going to need is in our rune pouch is astral runes, and then we're also going to need, let me quickly check, fire runes and air runes. You're going to need level 77 magic for this, and you're also going to need lunar diplomacy done, I think it's lunar diplomacy. I don't think you need to do the second part of the quest. I'm not too sure. Let me quickly double check before I give you misinformation. Yeah, you just need lunar diplomacy done. So you're going to need to be on the lunar spellbook, obviously, but in your rune pouch, astral runes, fire runes, air runes. I'm using a smoke battle staff for my fire and air. So if you got one of those, good job. Full marks. But if you don't worry about it. It's fine. Just use those runes. You're going to go through a bit more money on runes, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. First things first, there has been a new addition to the game with how you can block out inventory slots. So first of all, I've pulled out my rune pouch, as you saw. If you come over to the little menu option, you go to deposit locked settings, you can now lock tiles in your inventory. So whenever you hit bank everything, it will ignore those tiles in your inventory. So we're going to lock our rune pouch. We're going to hit done. We're going to close that. And then we're going to come over to where we've got our giant seaweed and our buckets of sand. Hit your custom quantity to be 18. And then I'll quickly clear it, reset. So you can see here now it says withdraw 18 giant seaweed. If you hold shift on Runelite, right click, and then you hit swap left click to withdraw 1, we only need 3 giant seaweed per inventory, but we need 18 buckets of sand. So to save yourself some clicking, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then just click 18. Then we're going to come back over, close our bank, and then hit super glass make. Now you see that it fills up our inventory. It doesn't do this every time, but it will fill up as much as inventory as it can. The rest of it will spill on the floor. Now you want to really zoom in on your screen just so when you're in the bank you can come out, click on the molten glass that's fallen to the floor, pick it all up like that, and then deposit in your inventory. So now we're gonna quickly cover making something with molten glass. So again, hold shift, right click, swap this to 1 just in case you've got multiple. Hit your glass blind pipe. Select all, then select all of the molten glass in your inventory. Then we're going to use the glass blind pipe on the molten glass. And then we've got all of these items that we can then make with our molten glass. For me, because of my level, I can make light orbs. So That's the best thing you can make with Molten Glass. And each one you get 70 XP. So coming over to crafting, and we go glass. You can start making stuff from level 1. So glass blowing is really good because you can literally kick off your account by crafting grind by using Molten Glass. It's really sick, and you get quite a decent low. When you're sort of a low level, the XP you get from making Molten Glass in a furnace is actually pretty good. It's pretty good. It's about the same as you get as actually blowing it. So if you go and buy yourself a shed load of buckets of sand, a shed load of soda ash, make that into Molten Glass, deposit it all, keep making it, you're going to get yourself up that you can already kick off at like the 4th level or the 4th thing on the list of Molten Glass products. So that's like a really good idea, like really good thing to kind of start off with when you're starting crafting. Obviously you've got gems, everything like that, but you can do that as you get them. Yeah, but with Molten Glass, that's pretty much everything. It's little things like just having, instead of having to, click, setting this to 3, then having to click this multiple times. I've still got it on all. I'm an idiot. And then clicking through it, just these little simple things of swapping around your menu stuff and everything like that. I know on mobile that's coming, I believe, or it's already in the game that you can swap around. So this is also valid for mobile as well. But what I like to do is deposit, and then when I start to see this is around 20, then I'll start to pick them up. Just saves a bit of time because it's like picking up an inventory because we're depositing everything every time that we bank. So yeah, but that's pretty much my method for crafting and making Molten Glass and soaring towards 99. If this is the new video you're watching, I'm currently working on that on my Ironman progression series. So if that is of interest and you want to ask any questions or anything like that, be sure to subscribe and drop a like as it helps me pushing the video in the algorithm. And let me know in the comment section. Any questions? Fire all your questions in the comments. If you've got anything or you think I've done something wrong, tell me. I'd love to hear it. Or if I helped you get set on your ways of going towards 99 crafting, I'd love to hear about it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. And if you're new around here, subscribe, all that good stuff. Anyway, goodbye.